Hey guys, I love a chance to get to share a little bit with you about attraction marketing. If you have heard me speak before, you've probably heard me say that the number one focus of what we want to accomplish in this business is that we are not trying to attract people to a product. We are trying to attract people to you. And we want to connect them to you, not connect them to a product. That is so important in this wave of how social media works in regard to the algorithm and in the way that we can genuinely make a business out of sales, but not from being salesy. So in this guide, you are going to see some tips and tricks, some ways to utilize ChatGTP, and I want to emphasize the pieces that are going to be under that umbrella of attraction marketing. So we know that whole like, know, and trust factor. In order for someone to trust you, to want to buy from you, they are going to have to like you. And for them to like you, they're going to have to feel like they know you. And they're not going to get to know you unless you are utilizing some of the strategies that we're going to share about how to do that and how you connect people to you. Okay, so let's just start. One of the things that we want to make sure that we do is use a picture of us as much as possible. I always encourage people, go look at my wall. Go see what my wall looks like. Go look at Honey's wall. Go look at some of those top leaders and see what types of pictures are they posting, okay? I try to use a variety. You won't see the same selfie every single day. I will try to use different poses, different backgrounds, different angles. I just don't want someone to go to my wall and as they're scrolling through to try to figure out if they even want to get to know me, I want them to see a variety. I don't want it to look like the exact same picture every time. Oh, well, I've already seen that. Oh, well, I've already seen that. And if it's showing up in someone's news feed, I don't want them thinking, oh, I saw that one yesterday because the picture looks so similar. So I definitely try to use a variety of poses and pictures. It's not always a selfie. It's not always a front view, things of that nature. And the best way I can tell you to see what I'm talking about is to go look and go see what I'm talking about. Another thing that's super important, guys, is good lighting in front of a window. If you haven't thought to do so, invest in a good ring light. This one is my favorite. It's a tripod. It will extend to longer or higher, and it's super handy. I use it for almost all of my recordings. In fact, I have one in several rooms because it's not very expensive. If you'd like the link to that, we can certainly share it. And if you're not at a place where you want to invest money in a ring light, that's okay too. You can find a place that uses good lighting, but that's so important to have good, clear lighting where they can actually see your face and feel like it's just attractive. It's aesthetically pleasing, okay? We want to make sure that and let me just say this, understand that why we use photos of you are so important is because that's how people connect with you. That's how they recognize you. Photos will also increase the algorithm because your face gets pushed out more. It is Facebook for a reason. It will stop the scroll, and then it builds familiarity with your audience. They are gonna begin to feel like they do know you on a personal level, okay? We want to, you will rarely see me post anything on my wall without including a picture of me in some regard. And that's how important it is. I rarely make any kind of post that does not include a picture of me. So that's so important that you include photos with every post that you're making. If you are showing products, you want to make sure that you are showing products in conjunction with your story. Again, we're not connecting them to products, so it's not a picture of products on the table or by your sink. It's a connection with how that product resonates with you, because when we get to the ChatGTP section of this, you're going to see how we can utilize that to tell your story and make it personal to you. I can't emphasize that enough. You want to make sure that you try to keep the photo count really under 5 People are rarely going to click on 17, 20, 50 photos and scroll through all those. They're just not going to take time to do that. So usually under 5, few or 3 or fewer that make it visible without even having to swipe. It also keeps it engaging and not overwhelming. So we don't want that photo dump of like 20 to 30 images that they're going to have to scroll through. Again, if you've heard me do any kind of training in the past, graphics are not going to work, you guys. They are not. 2 reasons why. 1, it appears salesy to your audience. They're not going to stop and read it. 2, Facebook recognizes it as a sales type of post and they're not going to push it out. So the algorithm is immediately not in your favor if you are using graphics. So I will say adamantly stop using graphics. Quit trying to put just a sales graphic or just a picture of a product and think that that's going to work. That is not attraction marketing, and that's not what we're here to do, okay? I want you to think about how, and again, as we get into ChatGTP, it's going to help a little bit more. The different types of posts that we can have, but we want to have a good hook, right? You want something that's going to suck them in, and you want them to want to read more about what you're saying in that post, and you want them to want to know more about you, to want to follow you and see what you're up to, follow you on a journey, or stay connected with what you have going on. And this is going to bring us to branding. Branding is one of the hardest things for most people, myself included. When I started this business, I was an elementary principal, could not post on Facebook. I had to post my post before 7 a.m. and then after I got home, which was usually 7 p.m. Could not use social media during the day. But I felt like my life is boring. Like I go to work, I can't post about my job because I'm an educator and they don't want us putting that on Facebook. And then I get home and, the hubby and we cook supper and then we watch TV or maybe sit on the back porch. Like my life is boring. I have nothing to share. And that is not true. That is not true at all. So I want you to just think about what are the things when you have an opportunity to literally just scroll Facebook just for entertainment. What are the things that stop your scroll? What are the things that interest you? And I actually wrote them down. I took a list of those things. And after I wrote down all those things that had stopped my scroll, I went back and looked at categorizing them. Like these are the things that interested me enough to stop my scroll. How can I incorporate that into my brand? Because that's what people want to see from me, because those are going to be my people, right? So that was very helpful to me. In our mentor training, Suzanne has a guide for helping develop your brand and having ChatGTP help you develop your brand by figuring out who you are and those things that you enjoy most that are going to attract people to you. So it can be it can be so many things, and it can be for a season. Like while we're building the shop, or like Honey says, like while she was building her house, she was in that season of that being part of her brand. Now that she's in her house, that's no longer part of her brand necessarily. It may be occasionally, because that was a different season of life. So it can evolve and it can shift. But if you can really hone in on what your brand is, what's going to happen is you're going to find people that are going to say, I love following you. You had no idea they were even watching you, but they are following you because they are interested in the types of content that you are sharing. Okay. So I encourage you to really think about what your brand is and how are you posting according to that brand. And then the main thing is from there is what you're posting. There is never a post that I post that's just throw it out there. And we put some examples in our guide, but for example, fun day at the zoo. That is not going to be a type of post that's going to suck people in or draw them in. You want some kind of hook that's going to draw them in to want to read more. And then you're going to want to tell a personal and heartfelt story. You're wanting to tap into the emotions of your audience so that they are going to connect with you. Okay. And again, in this capacity, I'm talking lifestyle posts more than anything, but my husband and I are going on a date night tonight. So I am not going to post a picture of he and I and just say, long overdue date night. That's not it. I am going to have ChatGPT help me create a story, evoke an emotion, and suck people in to want to read about me and know more about me and my husband and our relationship and what we're doing and all of those things. So keep that in mind. And that's going to be across the board for any type of post. If you're doing a product post, it's the same concept. You're attracting people to you. You want to tell your story with that product. You want to make sure that you are engaging them in what that means to you. And we have some examples in this guide that are going to help. So I strongly encourage you to go and read through each piece of this so that it will make the most sense for you. And then we are always here to help, for you to reach out if you have questions or things don't make sense. We're here to help you. We're here to help you be successful. I have said all along that I have zero creative ideas. Any success I've had in this business is because I ask two things. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. And I am watching people who are being successful and I'm emulating what they're doing. And that does not mean a copy and paste, because copy and paste is not going to be effective in attraction marketing, network marketing at all. A copy and paste is not effective. For one, again, the algorithm picks up on that. But two, it has to be where you're drawing people to you. But I did go pay attention and follow some of those top leaders that were being successful, because Julie Toth said, if you will make your first million our way, you can go make your second million any way you want to. And I took that to heart, that obviously if they are where they are, they have some tips and tricks that work, and I'm going to follow those. I'm going to follow those strategies, and then I'm just going to be consistent. Consistency is so important. Every time you go a day, 2 days, 3 days, and you're not posting, you are starting over. Every single time you have to put another post up, you're starting over with the algorithm, you're starting over with your audience. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And ideally, we want to post twice a day. Every other day, one of those two posts will be about a product or about the business. And that's what we've designed here, that you are posting twice a day, still following that 80-20 rule for the most part. 80% is lifestyle, personal type posting, and then 20% is about product. And if we can follow that, get in the habit of, I'm going to post 2 times a day. Every other day, one of those 2 posts is about a product. If you want one of those posts to be a reel, then that is great too. Something just to add variety, add some entertainment or some value to your audience, then that is fine too. So keep that in mind. But using that general rule of thumb, is it going to happen every day? Does it happen every day for me? No. There are some days I only get 1 post up, but I try to make sure that I do get at least 1 post, because I keep remembering that statistic that every day I go without posting at all, I'm starting all over. There's one other thing I was going to say, and I kind of lost my train of thought for a second. Posting twice a day, every other day, about a product. Well, it's left me now. So just keep in touch. Let us know if you have questions. We are here to support you. We are here to help you. And figuring out your brand and how you can draw people to you is one of the hardest parts, but it's also one of the most rewarding. So don't give up. Be consistent. Hang in there. Keep doing the things, and it's going to pay off. Good luck with all of this.